Hey, welcome back. I'm Austin. We're here with Massive Chalice. This is Second Run Gaming, and we just had quite the battle. 35 kills, took us 26 minutes, 19 turns, a bunch of other stats. Jers did really good. He got a bunch of kills, but everybody did their due diligence, and everybody leveled up. Charlotte got a nickname. Anyway, Chrissy got to level 6, which is the first person that we have that's reached level 6. She can choose from one of two abilities. She can either stand ground, which is gain a bonus to max hit points and immunity to knockback effects, which is pretty damn good, or a blinding shot, a non-damaging direct shot that severely reduces the sight and accuracy of all targets in a small area for one turn. Blinding shot's pretty good, but I'm a big fan of my heroes not getting killed, so I'm gonna go with stand ground, especially because she's pretty old. If she could actually, live to see the end of her days and not die in battle, that'd be sweet. Sadara is a level 4, so she has either Rebound or Fury. Again, I think Rebound is just so good that you gotta do it. That knockback thing, we saw it with Charlotte, was actually really helpful against those seeds as well, because it damages them and can stun them if they're knocked back into something else. Alright, we are good to keep going. So yeah, it's always interesting once you get heroes that have nicknames, because a relic isn't created immediately. I believe it's only once those heroes die of either old age or in battle that those relics are bestowed. I'm curious what will happen with Chrissy, because she already has a relic with her. Alright, and we do have a new recruit, Sean Overholt, a level 3 male hunter, has joined our roster. So let's check out this Sean person. Sean Overholt, he also has a pretty decent flag design, but he's got low fertility. Damn, Sean. Well, that kind of kills it. He's probably going to be a member of the Sage Rights Guild or potentially a member of the Crucible. He's not going to be anybody's regent boy because he's got low fertility, but we will hopefully find some use for him. Definitely going to be Ellen Bumpus though. That's going to be our main person. We did get some new research options too. We can do a ramcap caber, which is once we kill enough ruptures, which we've definitely done. That's pretty cool. What else did we get in our research? We got some new items. So we got the sponge stone. This seed seems to leech some of their victims' life force with each annoying headbutt. We're certain that it may be possible to imbue a small stone with the ability to steal health from the cadence during combat. Ultra elixir. Regenerative capabilities of cradles are something to be feared. In fact, if we knew more about how their bodies operate, we're confident that we can use that knowledge to improve our own health vials. This is one we're really going to want to research because we already have the health vials, it just makes them better. And then Age and Rage Drought. When Wrinklers age a hero, one of the things they stimulate is muscle size. With enough research, we could create a drought that would grant immense strength for a brief time, but at the cost of growing several years older. Fucking never. There's also dodging stockings. Cozy, breathable socks seem to have a noticeable effect on the wearer's senses, so we believe we could research this further and produce some of our heroes to increase evasion. That's not too bad. Alright, we are building a keep though. We've got 10 years on that, so we're pretty much locked in, and then after that I do think we're going to upgrade that alchemist stuff that only takes like 3 years to do, I think. And we are finally getting close to year 100. Oh no! My boy! My baby boy! The day has come. Quickly too. Jers Marquand has died at the age of 58. However, the legend will survive in the bloodline relics baptized in our champion's act of heroism. The royal court is prepared to execute the will of our fallen hero. So barley wine. Oh. It sounds nice. It's got a base damage of 8 to 14, critical hit chance of 15%. Most importantly, it's a relic we can level up, but we gotta give it to somebody. And I don't know any of these fucking people. So there's Dan Marquand. He's not very smart, but he does have a good XP gain. He's got bad intuition though. He's better stats when he's alone, and he's a reveler. Yes and no. Tragan, not very strong, increased XP as well. Pessimistic, which is good, and reckless. His hero's careless manner decreases armor effectiveness. So, too good, too not so good. The best so far out of those two, though. Simone, slow learner, which I do not like, and she's slow as well. Definitely not Simone. Nicholas, nimble, but asthmatic and slow, so not really. Mary Kate, Hawkeye, which is good. Sickly, though. Faint-hearted. Yikes. Amilu is too young. And then we have Betty, nearsighted. Quick, though. Young at heart, pessimistic, avenger. Betty's not too bad. Nicholas, longevity, good dex, good accuracy too, but lower health. And that's not too bad, though. He's not too bad. Meek is slow. Cressida's 6. And Momo is dim-witted and is a flincher. These guys are regents. Kira's a level 1. So Nicholas is a level 2. He's got a long lifespan, which is pretty nice, and he's got good dexterity and accuracy, which I really like. Tragan's only 19 and he's a level 3. He's not as strong, but he gets XP faster. I think I'm going to go with Tragan. He's got a lot more years on him to gain that XP on there, and since he has increased XP too, I don't know if that's the same, but it would be cool if that increased XP will carry over to the relic. I'm not sure if that's the case, but might as well give it a shot if it is. So Tragan Marquand is going to be our next big alchemist to kind of run with us for hopefully a good long while, and he'll have the relic of barley wine. Good job, Jers. You redeemed yourself for killing Leaf or Lavix. I forget who it was, but either way, you haven't been forgiven, but you did good.
Strong skills can last longer than bloodlines.
There's a technique I know, the Forearc, that came from a standard 7 generations before me. Todrick Selwyn.
I don't know him.
Nobody does, but they know his techniques.
Alright, Lauren Raiden is dead. So a new Crucible trainer. I was gonna have it be Jers. I don't really want it to be Chrissy because she does, again, have that relic. All of our best boys, obviously, are in the vanguard, but Sean is actually pretty decent up here. Wily, Reveler, and Sluggish. Yikes, those are pretty bad. Wily's good, but Reveler and Sluggish are kind of shitty traits to pass on. Unfortunately. We go too far down. Nicholas, again, he doesn't give too much, but that tranquil trait is not too bad. And I really don't want people to start getting that Reveler trait just because it's already running a little rampant. So Betty's is really good too. Young at heart, so youthful outlook prevents the impact of age on stats. True hit chance is probably higher than predicted, and increased damage after the death of an ally, versus increased accuracy, which is pretty good. I like the accuracy being better, but that's pretty good too. I think actually, no, we are going to go with Tranquil, because increased accuracy, these are all decent. So like if I am fighting with somebody older, they have okay stats. And if someone dies, they do better. But that's a lot of ifs versus Nicholas's, where it's like your accuracy just straight up is better. So we're going to throw Nicholas in there. All right. Come on, give me to year 100. I'm waiting. I've been waiting. Yes! 100 years in.
We can't decide on what the right move is here.
So, we require a third party.
What? Okay. The Wanderer. The great doors of the throne room are thrown open, and a clearly inebriated woman stumbles in. Greetings, she shouts as she makes her way up to you, though she loses her way several times and has to re-enter the room twice. Finally, she reaches your throne and leads in close to you. Please give Tessa the relic owned by Tragan Marquand, please. That is quite the quite the argument. I really, really feel like Tessa is twisting my gears here. So my first option, obviously, is to give Tessa the relic from Tragan Marquand. I can also apologize and tell her that unfortunately no relics can be spared at the moment. Or I can send for the doctors. It's clear that she needs some kind of medical attention. I'm just gonna apologize and tell her that unfortunately no relics can be spared. I feel like that's the best move. Doctor seems a little ridiculous, but giving her a relic is not a good move. Fingers crossed this does not go shittily. Oh no. The gazing. You try to give her your reasons, but once she realizes that the relic is off the table, she refuses to look at you. Instead, she stares eerily at Tragan Marquand until the hero recoils in terror and falls to the ground screaming. Her eyes. As doctors rush in to help your hero, you realize that the woman has left and is nowhere to be found. Tragan Marquand has gained the unnerved personality. What? Man, this is what I get about being too nice. Where's Tragan? Unnerved. Decreased accuracy, evasion, and fertility due to rattled nerves. Yikes. Yikes. That is tough. Cool looking relic though. Well, hopefully that doesn't fuck us up too bad. Alchemists are all about accuracy. So, we'll see.
I hope this wasn't due to the stresses of the Regency.
They never would have told us if it was.
Probably because they're in their 60s. And it is vaguely medieval times. A lot of people seem to be passing in their 50s and 60s, which is pretty good for medieval times. So Krista Ron Liu has passed away. We've got to pick somebody new. Let's check our fertility here. So yeah, Rusty still is a bountiful boy, but it's tough because I do want him to pass on. I want to pass the relic on to him, but he's 46 already. Chrissy's 55. We need some new people. So even though he's been in our vanguard, it's tough. We need somebody to get more Lius in there. So I think I'm gonna throw him in there. And then I'm just gonna level up immediately real quick. Chance for Children is definitely what I should be using. So we have a couple Marquands, a Raiden, we've got Ellen, but there's no way in hell I'm letting go of Ellen Bumpus. Well, I know I said last time the Marquands are the ones that we can kind of pawn off more consistently. I feel like we should probably... Betty Marquand is 44. Nearsighted. Quick, young at heart, pessimistic Avenger. We also... Okay, she's got some decent ones. I don't like the nearsighted though. Meek. Not great. Momo. Is tranquil, so there's some good accuracy. Slow learner, yikes. Oof, I don't think we have too many choices here. I think it is going to be Betty. She has mostly good stuff, just decreased sight range, but that's not accuracy related. So we'll go for it. Hold on. They did not give us any notifications for whoever died there. Madeline Marquand, who we did not know, which is why they didn't say anything. Sorry, Madeline. I do want to check my keeps real quick. So the Liu household's got only one kid in there right now. The Marquands also have one. The Raidens have two. I'm happy that we're going to have a new keep in 50 days because I feel like we really need it. Oh, a new keep is completed. Marry heroes together to start a bloodline. So, as we have talked about before, Ellen Bumpus, why has she changed? She has heart disease now. What? Ellen, you had different traits the last time that we spoke. Oh no. Those 18 years really changed some shit. But I don't really have anybody else lined up. So, it's, I think it's still gonna be Ellen Bumpus. Mostly because of that B. Okay. And then again, a Marquand is probably the best bet. Dan, quick study. Reveler, though. Nicholas, tranquil, which I like. Has manic, slow, reveler. Eef. And Sean is not bad, but he's got low fertility, which I feel like shit to. I feel like I'm fucking over that that whole keep by bringing him in there. So I'd say it's either Dan or Nicholas. I think I'm gonna go with Nicholas. He's got increased accuracy, and that'll put him over the edge. Okay. The Bumpus line has been born. Stupid name, but nice banner. And most importantly, they're hunters, which I feel like I desperately need. So we're gonna do that alchemy training real quick, just 3 years, and then we can look at what else is out there to be researched. Might behoove us to get more heroes to marry in. Not gonna have to worry about it because the horns of war have blared. So we can go back down here to defend the Crucible again. We get a 15-year-old female Caberjack who's level 4. Or we can defend our Sage Rights Guild. There's a cadence spread on this one. So as long as, if it's a territory without a spread and a territory with a spread, I kind of gotta do it. Okay, so yeah, our Vanguard looks a little bit different. Chrissy is almost 60 years old. Oof. Charlotte is just shy of 50. Sidara's in her 30s. Jers unfortunately has passed away. But he did leave behind a relic friend in the form of Tragan. And he's got a health vial. Oh, please equip that. Okay, good. And then Rusty is, I believe, the current regent of the keep because of his fertility, so we've got someone else from the Liu line to bring in. Probably not anybody in their 60s. Ideally, someone to take over for Chrissy because that relic is going to probably go after this battle. So we've only got really 2 options. Christeron only had 2 kids. So Anders, strong-willed and slow. He's a reveler and a rebel. Or Sharon, nimble, slow as well, slow learner, oblivious, but tranquil. Yikes, man. Decreased XP sucks. But Reveler's also not very good. But man, that's a pretty shitty line of stuff. So it's gonna have to be Anders, I would say. Oh, look at David. He's clumsy, and these are all much older. So yeah, I think it's gonna have to be Anders who's gonna go in there, and hopefully take over that relic when the time comes. All right, we're ready. Seeds and Twitchers. We haven't fought Twitchers yet, and I honestly don't remember Twitchers from my playthroughs, so I'm curious to see what memories they jog up.
Everybody here? All good? Okay, now hit them fast before they know what's happening.
Okay, so we've already got seeds right here with us. So, I mean, we don't have too much of an option. We gotta get going at him. Sidara is close enough to hit one, but I'm gonna try and get my hunters up a little bit first. Just because there could be more. Yep. Alright, we'll move Sidara up here too. Hopefully there's nothing immediately in our vicinity that's too bad. just a bunch of seeds. Looks like it. We can work with that. Alright, Chrissy can see pretty far, take out pretty much either of those far units. And then Charlotte's pretty far back here, so she's not going to be able to do anything this turn. Sidara's probably going to take some hits, because I don't want Tragan to use his flasks on any seeds. And we'll move Anders up 1, see if he can't get that 1 seed that's just right there. Way to go, bud. So this will be kind of a good test for Anders too. If we're really not a huge fan of him, then we probably might not keep him, but we'll see. But like I said, with the Liu line, it's kind of weirdly light, so we don't have too much to choose from. And the most important thing, like, it's good to keep the relics flowing, it's good to make sure that we have units in our vanguard, but more than anything, like, we gotta have somebody in that keep to keep that line going, because if we run out of kids, then the line dries up and is dead. And so I definitely don't regret putting Rusty in there. And it looks like we got 2 stunned little dudes since they tried to hit Sidara. I love that armor perk. And yeah, Tragan's got shitty accuracy. Oof. But he's pessimistic too, so it's low. It's higher than that. Exactly. Okay. I definitely don't want to use my flasks on these guys, just because that you run out so early that way. Man, Anders is real slow. See if we can't level him up just to kind of compensate for that. It's okay since he's ranged, like he can pull up the rear, and that's all right. It's just not ideal. Wonderful. I mean, Chrissy's really carried this. Chrissy and Jers for sure, and Charlotte as well. I mean, they've all done a really great job with their time in the Vanguard. This may not be the last fight for Charlotte, but it's most likely the last fight for Chrissy. I'm just going to move Sidara right up next to Charlotte, since we don't know what else is out there. I don't want to provoke something on just the last unit's turn. Okay, and at this point, since Chrissy can stealth, I'm going to have her stealth move up a little further. See if we can't notice anything. Okay, there's a seat over there. Now there could be enemies in that direction too, and we don't quite know that. Now Anders stealth and go over here. He really can't move far, so that doesn't really help us, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have Charlotte move closer to the seed, not close enough to get hit by him. There's definitely enemies over there, so I'm gonna move Sidara in that direction as well. And might as well keep Tragan over there. Keep him in a little bunch, you know. You let one guy wander off, that's a recipe for disaster. So yeah, this is okay. So it's literally just seeds and then the switchers or twitchers or whatever they're called. So there's really not too much. I'm tempted to have Tragan just take out each of these seeds with a flask. Since he is new and he has the relic, that's honestly a good move because that'll get that relic experience. Please don't miss. Okay, missing in that direction is good. Missing in the other direction is terrifying. And then Anders is all the way back there, so there's really not much that he's going to be able to do.
Another notch.
Nice. We've got more seeds further up. Great. Anders, I'll just have him sprint, if you can call that sprinting. Alright. And then yeah, we'll have Chrissy just kind of come up front here. It does reveal a little bit, but again, the seeds are so slow, honestly, that I'm really not worried if we can see them. It'll be crazy once we get those units trained up from the Bumbus line. We will actually have two classes of hunters that'll be coming with us on these journeys. I think that's probably the last keep I make. If I make a 5th keep, I'll probably keep it within either the Raiden line or the Marquand line or the Liu line, just because, like I said earlier in an earlier episode, after like the 100th year, there's only 200 years left. If you make a whole new lineage, there's not too much time in comparison for them to build up a house, which is really important in the late game. And so, in addition to, as the game progresses, it is going to get more difficult. Okay, those are the Twitchers. And with that difficulty, it does come the possibility that we will begin to lose houses.
Ah, now we've got to fight.
These
on our
guys do
hands.
suck, I remember now.
Twitchers may look like jittery bruisers, and they are, but they also have a knack of upending well-laid plans by swapping positions with one of your heroes.
Not to mention the biggest haymaker since Lillian Knuckles Stokes. 1 second, you're watching the big guy twitch, and the next, you've been knocked 10 feet back with a serious bruise and wondering how you got there.
So I forget exactly how Twitchers work, but they can, like they said, they can switch with a unit. Oof. Jesus. So they don't have to switch when they attack. They can also just, yeah, fucking do some damage. So I'm definitely going to try and get this guy out of here ASAP, because the seeds are really an afterthought, especially when one of these enemies is around. Please do 20 damage or more. Oh,
You see the way that
wonderful.
one went down?
And I'm going to have Tragan just try and hit him, because again, his accuracy is so light. Yikes. And that really sucks, specifically for that class. That's tough to work with. Rebound is great. Okay. I do want to try and get Anders at least a little bit of experience if we can, so let's see if we can't get him to take out the seed at least. Something. Good. And that frees up Charlotte to kind of move forward, take out this seed up here to free up the rest of the crew. And I'll give Tragan another shot at this guy. Wonderful. Just to get that relic some experience at the very least. Since Chrissy, again, can stealth, I'm gonna have her scout. Doesn't look like anything is up there. It looks like the map kind of ends there too, but it might go this way. If that's the case, that's where probably some of those enemies are gonna be. So I'll have Sidara come up here. Yeah, it looks like that's the path for sure. Alright, and we've got a Twitcher too. Okay. So if Chrissy moves here, then she can get some damage. Okay, fine. I thought I could. There's a little eye icon, but we're just gonna move Chrissy right back to where she was. That way Sidara is really the only person in clear and present danger, but she can move back too if we want. That way we have a little bit more time to figure out what we want to do, and I'm gonna do that actually just strategically so that we can get Charlotte into a decent position. I'm just hiding them all behind these little Stonehenge guys, just so that if that Twitcher does move, they're not, hopefully they're not in too much of an immediate danger. And then we'll have Chrissy sneak forward again. He's still there. We still can't see him from there, which sucks. I guess Sidara will come here. And then I'll just have Tragan and Charlotte take their places behind cover. There's not much we can do for Chrissy and Sidara. That's a far ways away, so we're going to kind of just have to deal with it. Anders is basically useless with this movement thing, so I may not use him again, because that's a shitty trait to kind of have to deal with. Okay, perfect. He's still staying there, so we're going to move Chrissy forward, and we're going to move her off to the side just so she's not blocking anybody as far as paths are concerned. And then she can do 18 to 24, which is pretty good, and I'm going to take it. Hell yeah. And then if Sidara is on the right path, yeah, she's just a little off. So we'll have her actually just get as close as she can, just so that Twitcher, if she does hit somebody, it's going to be Sidara who has a lot of health. We are going to have to start moving these guys up just so that they can be useful. So unfortunately, even though they're a lot weaker, we're going to have to do it. But Charlotte, since she's already been hit by the Twitcher once, I'm going to have her heal now. Get that out of the way, since it only heals 10 health anyway. Oh boy. Okay, that worked really well. Glancing blow, and then he bounced off of the seed behind him, so I think they both got stunned. I mean, that's probably the best way it could have possibly gone. I'm going to have Chrissy run up and do another point blank. 44. Jesus. Beautiful. And then Sidara, if she can't just run over here, take out this seed, then that might open up the door for Charlotte. Or maybe Tragan? Nah, a little bit too far for him. So Charlotte will come through and take out this stun seed now. Or not. Maybe not. And since Tragan's accuracy is such a problem, there's no way I'm going to trust him to throw a flask in the vicinity at all of any of our heroes. And Anders is just going to fucking chill out. Make sure we're not getting ambushed. Make sure no one's following us from behind, you know? I'm going to have Tragan give it one more shot. Way to go, dude. And in that case, we'll see. Yeah, still definitely not in range for Anders. So we'll have Sidara just get that kill real quick. She's closer to leveling up. And then Charlotte can kind of move forward, take some reconnaissance, what's around still. We've taken out 2 Twitchers, so there's definitely a likelihood that there's at least one more. But it's also pretty likely that it could just be seeds. So we're going to have Chrissy come up here, take out that seed just on our far right, just so that's not in the background. Does it flank us? I mean, they don't do much damage, but still, it's more of an annoyance. And then we'll see if Charlotte can't bounce this guy into the other one. Hell yeah. So she's a little bit more in close, like, quarters territory with the seeds, but with 30 health and with so many enemies already taken out, I think she'll be okay. And she has that rebound ability, which is really nice, especially if those seeds start to bunch up on each other, they'll knock each other out. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now they're both stunned. Beautiful. This really makes the Caber Jacks like a lot more helpful. Because they are really helpful, but usually I feel like in comparison to the hunters are ranged and do just about as much damage, which is just really, really nice. And alchemists are, like I said, I rarely trust them, but when they do hit with their flasks, they do well. They do a lot of damage. Good job, bud. So caberjacks sometimes can feel just kind of like the other, because they do okay, they don't do amazing. But when you give them those like extra abilities, like the the charge is really good. But specifically with this rebound armor, I definitely use that as a way to just keep them as my frontline tank unit who really has a buffer. Sometimes does a glancing blow. And Anders just pulling up the rear. He may be unusable with that slowness quirk. It's tough. That's just not a good hand. We'll see if this knockback can't get him over there. Oh, double kill. And then I can't see that guy, so we'll have to just take out one of those seeds. Alright, Sedora, finish him off. Wow. At least Tragan can try. Wonderful. If he gets enough of those kills, he'll level up, and hopefully that accuracy will just get a little bit better with that.
Yes! Calm down, you're going to tip us over.
Awesome.
Okay, I was worried for a little bit, but...
Alright, so our heroes have prevailed in the augurs. Corruption has been eased. That one went by quick. We did that one in 15 minutes. We had a couple level ups. I think Sidara definitely leveled up, and Tragan, who now has this. So this might be good. So I am tempted to give him that extra slot, but Spirit of the Dart Falcon, so increases range and accuracy for flash throws. Since he already has decreased accuracy, that's kind of really nice. So I'm definitely going to do that. Barley Wine is halfway to level 2, which is nice. We can check on Chrissy's relic also. Truth, which she got from Brandon. It's a level 4, which is really great. So it does 7 to 13 damage, 24% critical, which is just really good. But yeah, we're down another victory. We are moving forward. We got past year 100. I think we're at year like 107 now. We're making good progress. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.